Nikola Tesla, inventor of the 20th century. Legend has it that Nikola Tesla was born on the stroke of midnight between July 9th and 10th, 1856, in Smiljan, Croatia, shown here on the map. A massive thunderstorm was going on at the time, and his mother pronounced him a child of the light. His father was a priest and schooled him in the early years, occasionally requiring him to do complex equations in his head to build mental activity. He went to the equivalent of elementary school, graduating a year early, and finished middle school ahead of his class too. He excelled in all of his classes and was attending a university by age 19. Tesla left the country of Serbia when he went to college. Now, after several years at the Polytechnic Institute in Graz, Austria, he was ready to work. Tesla's first job was at a telegraph company in Hungary, where he worked as a technician for telegraph lines like these. To pursue his lifelong dream of working with Thomas Edison, he gave up that job to work for a branch of Thomas Edison's telephone business, Continental Edison Company, in Paris, France. After a while, Nikola felt like he needed more, so he got on a boat and sailed to America to work for his idol, all with nothing but 4 cents and a letter of recommendation from his boss. The letter from Tesla's former boss said, "Mr. Edison, I know 2 great men in this world. One is you, the other is this man." Almost as soon as he arrived in Edison's office, Tesla was given a job as an electrical engineer, earning $18 per week. Tesla claimed, "I was obliged to watch Edison work for many an hour, doing an experiment again and again, doing something that could have been found in a few minutes using some common science." Unfortunately, he quit after only 9 months as an employee, after Edison denied him $50,000 pay for developing his generators to run more efficiently. Receiving his resignation letter, Edison replied, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." For the next year, the genius worked digging trenches for the very man he despised until he finally had enough money to buy a laboratory and put his AC generators into construction. Seizing the opportunity, a man named Westinghouse, pictured right, hired him and bought his patents for a substantial royalty. Tesla worked with Westinghouse as a business consultant until he could take the engineer's repetitive questioning no longer on the reliability of machines that he himself had designed. He left the company with $1 million to start his own private research facility. The company he left, now Westinghouse Electrical, is a global company and is one of the leading makers of power plants and appliances in the world. For the rest of his life, Tesla worked continually on projects for the betterment of humanity. Tesla created multiple ingenious motors to run in unusual ways. These motors have many applications today. For instance, he made the first electromagnetic motor that could run off of an alternating current source. This is a replica of that groundbreaking motor. One of his more intriguing models was a motor that could run using only one wire. Another brilliant design was motors which could run off of either DC or AC current that are used in many industrial applications to run equipment on either batteries or generators. His work was so widespread that he created his own method of operating his motors, which is still used today. These inventions mainly impacted modern times by allowing people to use alternating current to power their machines, household and industrial. Tesla and his financial partner, Westinghouse, promoted his invention of the AC power system over Edison's DC system in the War of the Currents, eventually winning by a landslide. His alternating power dynamo, pictured here, was the basis of his AC system and was actually thought up by Tesla decades before he patented it. As an immediate effect on history, his AC system was first displayed at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, where thousands of lights were lit simultaneously by President Grover Cleveland from the White House. This exposition was incredibly difficult because Edison refused to let Tesla buy any of his light bulbs, as sour grapes from the currents war. These inventions led to the modern power grid, enabling the current system with power substations every couple of neighborhoods, instead of Thomas Edison's design with one every mile or so because of his inefficient plan. It is surprising that Nikola Tesla is not remembered for the invention of his fluorescent light bulb alone. This invention was leaps and bounds more advanced than Edison's old incandescent bulbs, yet no one knows that he was the inventor. He also created an easily mass-producible incandescent light bulb for use in the 1893 Chicago World's Fair. It was far easier to make and was still more energy efficient than Thomas Edison's old version. There was some controversy over whether Nikola Tesla or Guglielmo Marconi was the inventor of the radio, and it was finally decided that Tesla was the inventor. Tesla had filed the patent, pictured left, for 2 years before Marconi had filed for the Nobel Prize using Tesla's design and patents. Unfortunately, the damage was already done. Marconi had gotten the award many years before the controversy was resolved, and he kept the prize. On the matter of Marconi using parts patented by Tesla, Nikola said, "Marconi is a good man. Let him continue. He's only using 17 of my patents." Tesla was the first person to propose a direct energy weapon, what many have infamously labeled the death ray. In reality, it is a machine similar to the particle colliders that are used in scientific labs like CERN to research subatomic particles. Tesla also created his famous Tesla coil, a basic version of the millions of power converters that are used throughout the United States today. These commonly seen but unrecognized sites are the large cylinders found near the top of power poles. They translate the high power current into something more easily usable. Because of this man's invention, we are able to get cheap, widely available power just about anywhere in the United States. Although many people think that Wilhelm Röntgen discovered X-rays and invented devices to interpret them, the real credit should go to Nikola Tesla. He invented a machine called a shadowgraph, which actually used X radiation to make an image. An X-ray picture of Tesla's friend Westinghouse's wife's hand shows that his machine was actually superior to Röntgen's tiny, dark, hard-to-see images. Today's radar, now being used worldwide by ships, planes, air traffic control, and police, is a more advanced version of one of Tesla's inventions. Although he originally called this machine just a detector, he had created a gadget that could show the position, speed, and even shape of an object with great accuracy. As a device capable of detecting such objects at a very long distance, this invention was essential to modern transportation. Perhaps Tesla's most exciting invention is that of wireless electricity, transmitting electricity through the air by use of magnetic fields. One of his lifelong ambitions was to create a source of unlimited energy, available to anyone, anywhere. This research is now being continued by MIT scientists to create what they call Y-tricity. By tuning a piece of wire to be at the same frequency as a source of power coming from a similar coil, it is possible to generate power with no take from the original source. Tesla often did similar experiments at his Colorado Springs laboratory, where he would illuminate light bulbs from hundreds of feet away using his mega Tesla coil hooked up to a coil of wire. Although progress is slow, this is one of the most promising of his projects, which have continued beyond his lifetime. Seeing as he was added to the list of the most notable 100 people of the last 1,000 years, there is no doubt that Nikola Tesla was an influential figure to modern life. He has appeared on the cover of many books and even on the front cover of Time magazine. Without him, we would be without the luxury of our fluorescent lights, many household appliances, radios, radar, etc. The list goes on and on. His theories and inventions revolutionized the 20th century, and they continue to influence it through science and technology still being used to this day. It is a pity that we do not remember him more.